Hey, what's up lads? It's Tyrant, and there's yet another thing that in my humble opinion needs fixing. That would be the frenzy ability and intimidating presence of the Berserker Barbarian. Now, the first ever Barbarian I played was planned to be a Berserker, and I looked through the class and all, so let's take a look at that. So starting off, Berserker's other abilities, Mindless Rage and Retaliation, are all good abilities, with Retaliation being insanely good. But then you have Frenzy, the main draw of the subclass, and it's good, allowing you to attack as a bonus action during Rage again, increasing your DPS by a lot, of course, but it's hampered insanely by the fact that you take a level of Exhaustion after taking it. Now, I should mention that there are 6 levels of Exhaustion. At the first stage of Exhaustion, you get disadvantage on ability checks. At a second level of Exhaustion, you get your speed halved. At a third level of Exhaustion, you get disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws. At a fourth level of Exhaustion, your hit point maximum is halved. At a fifth level of Exhaustion, your speed reduces to 0. Finally, at a 6th level of Exhaustion, you die. Straight up perish because you're so exhausted. By the way, all of the levels stack upon each other when you reach them. So if you have level 3, you also suffer the effects of level 1 and 2. This would honestly be fine if you could say, get rid of all of this on a long rest. Still would make the class harder to use, however, one long rest eliminates only 1 level. This means that to get rid of 5 levels of Exhaustion, you have to take 5 long rests. This really hinders the power of this ability, so much so, it's barely usable. It's like an alcohol addiction. You think you're good at first, and you're drowning out the sadness with booze, but then the terrible effects of alcohol poisoning and liver damage start to catch up with you. Before we move on to the main fix though, I'd like to point out that Intimidating Presence is kind of underwhelming, since you waste a full action to frighten just one creature. A quick fix to this would be to just make it a bonus action that lasts for 2 turns, and also activates whenever you begin your rage. If they succeed the wisdom check, they're unaffected by it until your next or short long rest. This fixes the problem, I feel, of it being too clunky to use while allowing it to be better overall, yet still balanced. Another thing too, it extends to all people surrounding you for 30 feet. This is the normal walking speed for most races, so it makes sense that these creatures are scared because they're in, well, chopping distance. Being frightened means that they don't want to move closer to you as well, making it also act as a very good defensive tool. Especially if your teammates decide they want to huddle in about 5 feet in front of you. So, yeah. Ain't gonna get touched by any melee troops, any melee monsters, Not fixing Frenzy though. The first thing you would want to do is put yourself in Wizard's shoes. You probably don't want the ability to be too powerful, but I feel like they nerfed it too much, making the Berserker class useful for really only 2 abilities, whereas the other subclasses such as Path of the Zealot Barbarian provides a similar purpose, but it's just way better. To fix this, we have 2 options. Option 1, we just fix Exhaustion to having the ability to knock out all of it with 1 long rest. That's the easy way out, however, and doesn't fix the fact that it's way harder to use it, especially at higher levels. The better option, in my opinion, and one that should be a no-brainer, would be to make it no longer give Exhaustion, because I feel like no subclass ability should intentionally give the user Exhaustion, unless it's very powerful, which Frenzy really even isn't. So I propose that to balance Frenzy, we make it so it takes a bonus action, like the normal Frenzy, to activate during Rage, but instead of leaving you with Exhaustion after you exit Rage, it just leaves you with the halved ability checks for 1 turn. A recharge turn, if you will, until you can just go it again. I'd also like to mention that you can Frenzy attack the turn you activate it as well, because that's just a dumb feature. I feel like this is a better version of what Wizards is trying to do, but without the major drawback that Wizards gave them. This next option will be an option which justifies Frenzy giving a level of Exhaustion though after Rage. This option would be allowing you to take another full attack action after a successful attack with a bonus action first activation, allowing you to take another full attack action. I feel it would be very much worth getting a full level of Exhaustion after exiting Rage. In conclusion, these proposed changes to Berserker Barbarian would make the subclass way more rewarding to play, and just overall way less of a hassle to deal with. Tell me which options were your favorites in the comments below. Thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. Like and subscribe if you enjoy what you saw, and be prepared for more Dungeons & Dragons and gaming content coming your way. Also, don't forget to hit the bell notice to be notified whenever I upload a new video. Let me know you'd want to see and be trying to fix next, and I thank you for watching. Goodbye, lads!